Hi, this is my 11th Instagram video, and as those who have watched my YouTube channel, The Chi Master, understand, the power of 11 comes from the Queen of Heaven. So I'm starting off this video with my father has just died on January 5th of this year. So he lived a long life, and he had many heart problems, and he made it a lot farther than many people thought. He was the youngest in his family. He died after my mother died, and let's say he is more of a conformist, and I loved my father, but I did not really like him a lot or respect him because of his conforming attitudes and his closed heart that was part of his family structure from when he was a young man. Some things that he did not have a lot of control over. So I'm more of a revolutionary, someone who really questions authority and does not seek answers from authoritarian figures. And I have come to understand that our realm, at least for the last 5,000 years, has been controlled by the patriarchy, and it controls our realm with an iron fist. So this encompasses a lot of various epochs of time. And so my father was 13 when his father died, and he was 18 when his mother died. So he had older brothers and older sisters who probably helped him emotionally to kind of make it through his early stages of life. But it is not easy to lose both your parents. He always called my mother a mother hen. He would kind of make fun of the food that I ate. He would call it Rob food, because over the last 20 plus years, I have shifted my food from what was normally eaten by human beings to really using a scientific based decision-making process for food, kind of turning to God's food, fruits, vegetables, organics, superfoods, and things that aren't normally on the common radar screen. My dad's food consisted of meat and potatoes, and he liked his ice cream, he liked his sugar, all of which are basically empty calories and also actually quite detrimental to the human body. I have more to say about those substances in other videos. So when I was born, I spent the first 27 days in a hospital. After I came out, I was baptized at the St. Catherine's of Siena Church, and that was my first encounter, even though it was more on a subconscious level before I became really more aware of things, with one of many saints that have been part of my life and part of the formation of my view of reality, and along with many other inputs. And so during that first 27 days, was I still connected to the other side? Was I receiving downloads and information? I couldn't tell you because I was so young and I really have no remembrance of that time period. But I always like to question things of what's going on and what's possible. I believe a storm is coming. It's based on what the stars say, astrology, in addition to what's happened in previous years connected with Our Lady of Fatima and something that I've been shown and things that have actually occurred in the past. I have many videos on my YouTube channel on Our Lady of Fatima, and so those kind of delve deeper into things that have occurred and things that might possibly start to occur. Just a little bit of background. My mother died on December 17th of 2019. 2 months later, a storm hit. The stock market began to crash and COVID-19 struck. So what is going to occur coming up probably within 2 months? Again, probably target dates of February 17th and February 20th, with some big astrological events on those dates on the calendar and some connections to Our Lady of Fatima. I can't say what's going to occur, but there's a strong possibility that there will be some major seismic shifts in our structure, our structure of our major financial systems, our other systems, basically just what our world is based on. Things are going to be turned upside down potentially. So one of the things I'm going to talk about first is that there's a battle between light and darkness. And this has been going on since the beginning of time, or since the beginning of our universe. And it's alluded to in a Led Zeppelin song, The Battle of Evermore. So Jesus Christ came to show us the way and to throw the money changers out of the temple. Today, the temple is the human body where the soul resides, and the money changers are the corporate interests that want to control the foods that you eat and poison us with toxic substances, with artificial food and other things that really have no beneficial impact on us. They want to destroy God's food, which is healthy, in our current disease management system, which is supported by both political parties in the United States of America, the Democrats and Republicans, basically want us sick, and they want us dependent upon them. They allow corporations to poison us. 90% of the so-called food that's in grocery stores is actually a toxic sludge. And big pharma, big insurance, and hospitals only make money if you're sick. So they make no money, zero, if you're healthy. So you tell me what their incentive is to keep you healthy. And our government, political parties are financed by these corporations, and so they have been bought and paid for. So next is artificial intelligence is all the rage. So we have artificial food that's come along to replace God's food. Now we have artificial intelligence that has come to replace God's intelligence. The thing to understand is the corporate tech titans who have brought us artificial intelligence, which could be called apocalyptic intelligence, they want to control humans. They want humans to be the product and be the service. They want decision making to be handed over to artificial intelligence, so you're no longer making the decisions on your trips, on your purchasing decisions, on your whatever it is that you're planning to do. They want the computers, they want artificial intelligence to be part of that. So now back to Jesus again. Jesus had two laws, and he understood that there's principalities of darkness and that they feed on us, and they've done this since the beginning of time or the universe. And Jesus' laws were, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul, and love your neighbor as yourself, which equals forgiveness. In order to love your neighbor, you have to forgive them for their transgressions. He knows that God is love, and that is the truth. And he knows that fear separates and disconnects us from God. And the principalities of darkness feed on fear and its subsets, hatred and anger. So when you have fear and hatred in your heart, then you're disconnected from God, and the principalities of darkness feed like energetic vampires on your energy, and that's how they survive, and that's how they create chaos and turmoil in this world. So chi energy comes from God or his representative, which is the Holy Spirit in this realm. Mastering your chi energy not only makes you healthier, but it also disconnects the energy source that the forces of darkness feed upon. My mission is to educate people on how to cultivate the chi energy. And I am an emissary for Our Lady of Fatima, Our Lady of Lourdes, and Our Lady of Guadalupe, all three representing Mother Mary, and is brought to us by the Holy Spirit. So these forces are wanting us to disconnect from the forces of darkness, and they want us to be successful. They want us to be healthy. They want us to be happy, and they want us to be prepared for our eventual reunion with God. Also, if you doubt anything that I'm talking about today, just know that 5% of the physical universe, which is matter, which is the lowest vibratory rate of energy, is what the scientists know about. Quantum science of physics states that the universe is a hologram, and that everything is made up of energy, and it's all connected, it's all one. And that something that occurs in one part of the universe is instantly understood or connected with something else on a totally different part of the universe. And the other 95% of the universe, and this is actually stated on NASA's website, is dark matter or dark energy. And what that means, it's dark because the scientists have no understanding of what what these substances are and what occurs. So 95% of the universe is a mystery to scientists. So if you want to base put your trust in the scientists who only understand 5% of the universe, then go ahead and do that. But just know that they know very little about the known universe. And so again, the purpose of this video is to prepare everyone. There's a storm coming. What that storm is, I do not know, but it's going to be something very noticeable, something potentially not the same as, but on the level of what COVID-19 was in 2020. So thank you and have a good day, and there'll be more content to come on other topics